Hello, hi, it is me, it is I, small town Didi or Khadi on the internet, and I am back. We are back. Thank you so much for coming back. We're down here today to talk about, or up on here, I can't decide if it's down on the internet, up on the internet, like help me you guys, like, but we're on here and we're back to talk about the Real Housewives of Cape Town, episode 10. A little bit of a snooze fest, I'm not gonna lie. We are on red today. It's chilly out, and the white stuff, the white stuff, I had to drink Mr. Alba yesterday. I was a mess. Like, my dad keeps wanting to call it Mr. Alba because I think people think it's Miss Alba. Like, I've heard people say. Anyway, if you don't know what it is, only the real know. Like, honestly, only the real know. Like, it's that stuff. And I love how we have our own, like, guys, black people, we're gonna die. Like, we're gonna die. Every black person who tells you about Mr. Alba is like, you have to drink the whole bottle. First of all, it's disgusting to drink, but it's the best laxative for me because I get sugar sick. Like, I was saying to my best friend the other day, like, do white people get nyoko? Because every time I've tried to explain to a white person what nyoko is, they're so perplexed. Like, they're like, so what? Nyoko, la la. Okay, let's just get into this because I could go on about this because, guys, nyoko ne, guys, help me heal. I don't even have a sweet tooth. Like, literally, this time I had nyoko from, I think, drinking a lot of white wine, honestly. And I don't even like sweet wine. Like, I really like dry wines. Like, but anyway, probably in a cider here or there. I think the ciders, they build up. Like, my body's just like, I don't want to do this. And then I now need to, like, become friends with Miss Alba and the Lou. Anyway, let's get into it. The Real Housewives of Cape Town, episode 10. And okay, not me trying to be fancy today. First scene, we see Tata meet up with Rixie. And then we also see Beverly meet up with Lou. So they bounce back and forth between the two scenes. I always like when they do that, especially when they're having conversations that go together, where you get to see in the other scene what they're talking about that like correlates with what's been spoken about in the other scene. I like that. It makes it feel real. So Tata meets up with Rixie. They sit down for lunch or whatever, and then Tata claims she's detoxing. You're on your own, girl. I'm clearly not. She's like, I'll actually have a cafe latte because Rixie like, hey bro, what is going on? Where's my girl? Like, she has a cocktail. They talk about what happened and stuff, and Rixie lets her know that, you know what, like, Lou's prepared to have a conversation with you provided you are prepared to own some stuff and take some things back and apologize and walk things back and what have you. And it seems like Tata is open to that. She admits that she feels like, she hit below the line here and she took it a step too far. I believe she also did. Like, kicking Lou out just felt like a reach. I feel like it's because she wasn't bonded with her. She didn't have much of a relationship with her, so discarding of her in that manner was nothing, but it was really hurtful. It wasn't really nice. And then we see Lou in the other scene. She's met up with Beverly at Beverly's restaurant because they are trying to come up with a plan for the baby shower. They want to host the intimate baby shower. They want to host for Miss Thankface Attitude, which I can't stand her ass. And then, so they're talking, and she also says, you know what? Lou says to Bev, I'll set things aside so that we can just get through this. This is not going to be the time for me to address these things because we don't want that type of energy around this pregnant woman and this lovely moment that we want to have for her. But I don't actually want to deal with Tata in any capacity. And it's understandable why Lou feels this way, right? And then we cut back to Rixie and Tata. They're also talking about, Tata says, she wants to heal holistically, inside out, like a different approach to healing. She's seen a therapist. We saw that in the last scene. She's really receptive to therapy, and she seems to, you know what, Tata actually does not have a comprehension problem. Like, earlier on, my read of her was that, not that she's a comprehension problem, but my read of her earlier on was that she's too, I don't know, unaware or whatever, that I just thought she can't digest certain things. But later on in the episode, how she apologized lets me know that yes, she's operating from a place of hurt, but like she actually has a good grasp on why it is she behaves the way she does, and she has a grasp of when she's gone too far, which is something that I was like, how she went at Loveline, it doesn't come across like somebody who, if you watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Marlo lashes out like that, but Marlo doesn't have, I don't know, but she's not all the way able to reconcile how people treat her after she's had one of her outbursts. Like, she really thinks people should, like, Kenya said sorry. Like, no, it doesn't work like that, love. Like, it doesn't, some of the things you say, you can't walk back. But Tato seems to have a better grasp on that, but she really reminds me of Marlo. She does. She tells Rixie that she wants to go on this journey, and she would like to go see a traditional healer, and she's invited Beverly and Camilla with, and she asked if Rixie would like. Now Rixie is my girl. For what reason? Now I'm getting there, and then they're telling me all manner of things about myself that I don't want you to know. Now my ancestors are mad because they don't recognize me because my daddy ain't my real daddy. Like, go what? Like, no, I'm not going with you. Like, I feel like, like, is that a thing? Is there such a thing that, like, as a gang, we're just gonna go to a sangoma television? But anyway, Tony Brooksy makes it clear that no, I wouldn't go with you to go find out about, like, this is not that, this is so private. It's like, do you go into like the gynae's office with a group of your friends so you all can look at your coochie? Like, no girl, no you don't. Like, but anyway, this is television, and this is not something she seems to have done before. She's a bit skeptical, I suppose, so I guess it's an experience for her more than it is a cultural practice that she like reveres or whatever. So whatever, it's great television, I suppose. We love to see it. What else do we see? Lou and her husband. I barely got through the first time I watched the scene, and the second time I sat down to make my notes, to have my sequence of scenes in order. I fast forward. Listen, I couldn't sit through, it was such a filler scene within a filler episode. I was like, oh my gosh, filler overdose. Like, can we not? Like, Lou and her husband go shark diving or something. I suppose this is like the producer's effort of trying to establish her as a cast member because she came in so late. Everybody got to have a full-on scene with their significant other earlier on in the season. I remember Loveline went out with Mr. Leo, and they had that dinner where they were negotiating for Kona's party and how much that's a sign, Kona's party, and how much they wanted to spend. That was us seeing them in that moment. And then we got to see Tato in the car with her person. Beverly's a single ass bitch, but then hey Beverly, that's not a problem, girl, so am I. Okay, we got to see her and Giselle in the beginning there, so we got to see intimate, even like Rushda, I'm so pregnant. You know, we got to see that everybody. So I suppose this is them trying to establish that for us, but it doesn't sit well in this episode because the introductions to the other housewives has been done already, and it's very unfortunate that they're slotting her in so late in the season and she's not getting a fair shake. Like, we're not getting to decide early on how we feel about her. We get to change our minds, we get to not. Like, I'm actually warming up to Loveline, and you all know I don't care for Loveline, but like, we've had so many moments with her that it's like you get to see so many sides of her. So her coming in so late in the season, they're doing her a disservice. Bev, Camilla, and Tato go to see the Sangoma. They show up at what looks like a township, spatial planning, you can't miss it. Decent place, whatever, it doesn't matter. They get there, Beverly's dressed inappropriately, not like, you know, in a revealing type of way. She just has trousers on, you know, and that's not allowed apparently. And I don't know if their shoulder, like in some cultures when you go there, being covered up as such a thing and stuff, like, you know, whatever. So they get there, they talk us the stuff at the gate, they give her a duke to tie around her waist so that it's at least like presenting like she has a skirt on or something. And then they go into the hut where they meet up with this person that they'll be consulting by. A pretty lady, gorgeous skin, gorgeous skin. Beverly, oh, again Beverly with this shit. There's no aircon. Yeah, Beverly said that when she got into Camilla's vintage ride, Beverly must be experiencing some heat flashes or something, because Beverly's very concerned about aircons. Like, she is concerned about whether or not there'll be ventilation there. But you know what, she is a woman of a particular age, even though she likes to act like she isn't. We see you, girl. My mom gets hot too, it's all right. Okay, and they get there, they sit down. Pretty girl, I was okay, I've been to consult before, right? My dad has taken me before. I am weird, like our tribes are nowhere next to each other. I think she's Xhosa, I'm Lovedu, like I am proper nowhere near that, and how we do things is not going to be identical, but there's always like similarities. And I guess I was taken aback by the fact that she uses several mediums to channel spirit, if you would like. That's the only way I can phrase it, right? Because what I know, where I've been, what people around me have experienced, is usually you know that this person uses this medium to channel spirit and this person uses this. That said, I don't know if cards and tarot cards are something that you necessarily need a calling for, or if it's something you can learn and just learn that this card means this. Like, you throw, but like, can a card mean several things? How do you know when it means this? Is this something you can just study, like, you know, the astrology lady that was in the other episode? Because I was like, I was confused. Like, I was expecting her to just do her bones and what have you. I wasn't expecting all of that. But anyway, she has 3 mediums that she channels spirit through: her bones, which we expected, tarot cards, and then like regular cards, or however those cards work and stuff. And then she picks the cards, oh no, the tarot cards and the other cards for Beverly. And in Beverly's reading, she picks up that Beverly has an energy as well, like a healing energy, like she's connected to spirit on that sense, and she needs to use her experiences to help heal other people, because she's got an ability to identify the darkness, and when she works through her stuff, it will help her guide other people. And then Beverly says in confessional that she does know of this in her family, that her great-grandmother had it, and it's been passed on, passed down the line to some other people in the family, so it's not all that a surprise, and she seemed to be quite pleased with it. And then we move on to Camilla, and she goes for the tarot cards. And Camilla, when she picks up the box of cards, Camilla is like, oh, I read tarot, like, and then and then Tata and Beverly are both like, guys, Beverly's so done with Camilla. Like, since that incident of her bringing out her dirty laundry and being like whatever, she's so done. Like, she's so snappy with Camilla. Even when they were walking in and she was dressed inappropriately and she was trying to tie the thing, she's asking Tata, do I tie it to the front, do I tie it to the back, you know? And then Camilla's like, it doesn't matter, baby. She's like, shut up, Beverly. Like, she says it very snappy, and Camilla laughs it off. But I think Camilla laughs it off because she knows, like, she got one on her, and it's just, you're gonna be snappy. But I, like, you know, you did what you burned some sage, girl. You and all your healing energy that they sensing. You were peppering up in there. Okay. Is that your husband that was threatening that woman? That's Camilla. So Camilla just feels like she won. So like, no amount of Beverly snapping at her will get to her. But they get to Beverly, and Camilla, the lady gets to Camilla, and she reads the cards for her, and she tells her that, you know what, you need to let your hair down and be a child again. I'm getting from the cards that you tend to be up in your head a lot. You're analytical, like you think, you overthink even. This makes a lot of sense to me. It makes a lot of sense. She people watches, she learns behavior, and now it hurts her thinking that she's a psychic because she knows how to pick up on behavior and read people. Like, Tata's an easy read. I've said that before. Like, it's nothing crazy for anybody to get things right about Tata. She's an obvious thing to read. Like, Anyway, she tells her that, you know what, you need to be okay with the amount of the wealth you've managed to secure. She uses the term generational wealth, and that really gets to her, because she's like, Camilla's like, that's the exact phrase that I use. Those are the words that I use when I talk about this. And she admits that she's inherited money, but then she's also worked so well. People who have money, who come from money, who've inherited money, like to tell us about how fucking hard they work. We all work hard. That's not why you've made a success of yourself. You have made a success of yourself because you had a leg up. That's why. That's the actual reason. Okay, you were ahead, you got to stay ahead, and that's how you're still ahead. Don't fucking tell us about working hard. Our moms work hard. If it was all about hard work and it boiled down to hard work, we would all be rich. But that's not how this thing is structured. So shut up with your hard work. Nobody wants to hear it. I don't even know what hard work. Like, what fucking hard work? Getting some printouts for fucking Beverly over her like abusive eggs. Get out. And then we get to Tato, and then they don't read anything in Camilla's reading about her being gifted and whatever. Then we get to what's her name? What is her name? Tato. And then she gives her the bag of bones. She's like, blow in the bags, call your name, blow in the bag 3 times, and then slide the bag over to me. And then she does that, and then she throws it, and then my girl wanted to train so bad in this moment. I mean, outside of being the, like, the person who, like, can read you in any way, I bet you if somebody came there and was like, I want to be read through water, she'd be there holding a jar, talking about how, I see your ancestors are mad at you here. Because it ain't shit my girl can't do. I see you, honey. Okay. The bones get thrown, and then my girl goes, it's lit. It's a lit. I'm like, you really just want Twitter to talk about you right there. You really do. It's no need for that. It's lit skin. It's lit skin. Like, but it's lit mola. Tato also wants to know what is lit. Her reading of Tato was rather accurate. She talks about, her transition out of that alleged abusive relationship and how she needs to let go and be okay with that decision. I feel like a lot of women need to hear this, even if it's not from a psychic medium or a sangoma, but from other women who've gone through. A lot of women go back because they think it's not going to be okay. They think it's going to be harder. They think this and they think that. But I think a lot of you need to start seeking out the counsel of women who've been through similar situations as you, and who have the same outlook as you, because just start taking advice from people who you admire, or from people who have lives that look like, what, I'd rather that than this other thing. Stop taking advice from your mothers. Some of you, your moms just don't know better, and I know that's a hard thing. Yeah, I have Munewa in my head, right? Because she said her mom counseled her after that man beat her. The mother came over to Uber counseling. It's things like that where I'm like, some women are from a certain generation, and maybe that's your mom, that's your aunt, and you love them, and to them, yes, there's your best interest at heart, but like, they are just, no, they are not there. So that reading helped Tato in her decision to continue down the path of, I don't want to go back there, or so far it has. And then Tato goes, can I just ask, how long am I gonna be single for, girl? That is the least of your worries. Go, let go. Because you said here's that thing. Hi. Anyway, what do we see next? When Beverly was talking about how my grandmother has this gift, oh god, I'm clicking this pen, it must be so annoying in yours ears, I'm so sorry. When Beverly was talking about how she has, her grandmother had this thing and blah 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 blah, did you guys hear the music that started playing? I don't know why that made me laugh, but please go back and listen to it. Okay, Bev and Lou link up. This was our longest scene. All the ladies meet up in this scene. Bev and Lou's sister are at Beverly's establishment, and they're setting up things to get ready for the intimate baby shower that they're planning for Rishta. everything looks cute. Like, everything is cute. I feel like they didn't pan enough out for us to see the decor properly, but everything looked really simple, really rustic. I loved it. It was simple, it was intimate, it was rustic. Could you guys please do me a hint, like do me this one solid? Like, could you guys please refrigerate your buttercream cakes when you get them? It's hot out, okay? Beverly Miss Aircon, okay? The cake is like you, it needs that. Because the cake was already like spreading there, like, do you understand? Yes, cake tastes better at room temperature. You should listen to me. I know what I'm talking about in this realm. Do you see? Do you see? I actually know what I'm saying right now. Cake does taste better at room temperature. A lot of you actually don't have room for cake at most events when you've had something to eat, when you've been drinking and you've been eating already. So you're probably gonna have it much later. Everybody wants to have it out on display for like 5 to 10 hours. That's silly. Please collect your cakes, refrigerate them, take them out for display, maybe while you guys are eating, or if somebody needs to take a picture. And while you're sitting there drinking or whatever, within 2 hours, it should be back at room and it should be nice to eat. Just don't have the thing out there the entire time. That's it. If you're not gonna listen to anything I'm gonna say, please just listen to that. Thank you. The cake is there, lappy, like the bakes actually look like they are from that cafe or that company that they went to order Tato's cupcakes and stuff for the event that she had where everybody, I think it's is it the Velvet and Co or something? I forget. I mentioned the other time that I followed them on Instagram. So they like to do rainbow cakes and things like that, and I saw when they cut it on the inside that it was rainbow sponges. So yeah, we see that, and then everybody arrives. Tato's the first to arrive. Lou's civil about it, and then they arrive. I thought Loveline looked so fresh and so pretty, and I realized it's because she doesn't have that damn blonde wig on. Her hair's up, it's clearly hot. She's got an off-the-shoulder thing. She's gorgeous. Gorgeous, it just works. I love it. Camilla arrives dressed in a similar dress as Beverly, and Beverly's like, I feel like she's stalking me. I feel like she is investigating about me and trying to wear the things that I wear. Obviously, Beverly doesn't want to be compared to Camilla. Beverly is putting in a lot of work to be Barbie, and Camilla is just, you know, meditating or something and not drinking liquor. I don't know. Everybody sits down, and then Nakoya, so Rixie's like, and then guys, where is this Rushta person? So Rushta was supposed to meet up with Beverly there under the guise of, come, let's plan your baby shower, since they had mentioned that they want to plan a shower for her already. So she didn't know that they were having a shower. So then Lou video calls her. Oh my god. A white girl hangs around black girls long enough, then they learn to start saying things like friend and chomi. Like, guys, black girls say chomi. Like, we say chomi. You understand? We say it. Oh, sometimes it's so annoying because some of you aren't even friends. Like these girls. It doesn't matter. They're building a friendship. Let's just give it a rest. Calls her. She's in bed resting because she had a bag. Whatever. Valid. Fine. You are pregnant. You're going through it. You're sick. You're throwing up. That's not the issue. This is the second time Beverly has tried to reach out to her, and I'm surprised they didn't play this flashback scene of Beverly trying to get flowers to this girl or meet up with her, and then she just ices her out. Brush, if you don't like Beverly, if you're not trying to hang with her like that, then just say that. Say that to her. Just say like one-on-one, I feel like it doesn't work. Whatever the issue is, you snubbed this woman very cold a second time, and it's rude. It's a rude as hell. Granted, I've never been like pregnant like you, but this is just rude. If you could answer the phone when Lou called, you could have used the same phone to tell Beverly how, friend, I'm not going to be able to link up because this and that. She'll understand. But anyway, she chooses to go about it that way. Now they realize that, okay, this person is not going to show up. So then they just decide that they're going to enjoy the rest of the evening And then Tato talks about how, hey, we went to a Sangoma, it was such a lovely experience, and this is what I learned, and blah, blah, blah. And then Lou takes this opportunity to say, well, did they explain as to why you're so, maybe they were able to explain as to why you're so mean and you're so rude. So then Tato apologizes. We hear, like, words mean things to some of us. Like, you're not about to hurt me and then say, I'm sorry if I hurt you. No, bitch. You hurt me and apologize for hurting me. There's no if and buts about it. But I don't think Tato meant it like that. I think that's just how, like, people from a certain generation, like, don't pay attention to words like that. Like, and she didn't mean it like that. Like, she meant, I'm sorry for hurting you. But she said that, but me, I would have heard the if. Like, when I apologize and I know I've hurt somebody, I don't say if and I don't say but. I'm quite aware that I've hurt you. I'm sorry about that. Right? Lou's like, you know what, I was in her confessional. She's like, I wasn't expecting her to own it the way she did. She seems really sincere. And she was. Like, she really... I love when a person apologizes and they tell you what they're apologizing for. Because that means they have an understanding of what they did, how it hurt you. And when you experience that, that usually means that this person is not going to engage in this behavior again. Not to say they're not about to wrong you, because this is life. We're about to hurt each other. We're bound to do that. But perhaps they won't do the same exact thing because they're now aware that this thing really stings, you know? But the best apologies change behavior, and we'll see as we move forward if Tato's actually committed to being this changed person. She also reaches out to Loveline from across the table. Loveline gets teary-eyed. My best friend was like to me, oh my god, Loveline might just be a crier, because I'm a crier. She's like, Loveline might just be a crier. She gets so emotional. I'm like, yeah, some of us are just set up that way. We really are. It's really bad. Not bad like a bad thing, but it's bad how much we're set up that way. You know, like, it's utter, the tears just come, you can't hold them. And Loveline is like, you know what, you're such a strong woman, you do not take shit, you're a straight talker, and the fact that you're sitting there apologizing to me, I can imagine it's hard for you, because when you are like how Tato is, apologizing and admitting you're wrong is a very difficult thing, because you're usually very set in your ways, even when your ways are wrong. So Loveline acknowledges that about her, and then they seem to move past it. And Tato says in her confessionals, I'm not really certain if Loveline has really forgiven me. What I said was below the belt, you know, and I don't expect her to. I think it's going to take some time, but we will see. In the next scene, we see Loveline has invited all the girls over to her house, and they're going to chill in the afternoon and do some karaoke, and then they're going to go clubbing later. She has a whole glam squad waiting for them upstairs. It's a vibe, it's a vibe, it's a vibe. Tato arrives first and stuff. Rooksy, everybody gets ready. Beverly arrives just so down and drained. And I actually like Beverly, guys. I don't know if I ever told you guys, but I actually like Beverly. Beverly gives me like all the white womanness that I want to see. She's that girl. Like, she kills me. You know, she needs air conditioning. But like, she sits down with Loveline separately and she talks about what she's going through, how she's so sad, and she's like, her daughter Giselle is really just putting her through the ringer. If I remember correctly, Giselle is 27, 28 from the earlier episodes when she was saying, you know what, Giselle doesn't seem to be focused on anything at her age. I had purchased my first property. At 28 or 27, I had purchased my first property, and she just doesn't seem keen on like working or anything like that, because she also explained earlier on in the first or second episode that we were in the restaurant that they're having all these meetups at, where they had the baby shower, the non-baby shower. That was supposed to be her daughter's, but on the morning that they were supposed to go do the signing and do the takeover, she apparently just left and went to Durban or something and went to stay there for an extended period or whatever. So what's happening, Beverly explains that, you know what, I've been trying to ignore how my daughter treats me for a long time, and I can't do it anymore. I've asked her to bring back my car that she signed for when I was still with my ex. I told her to return it, and she's decided to send lawyers after me for saying she needs to return the car. And the lawyer that she's using is somebody who my ex-husband has on retainer. So I'm inclined to believe that he is paying for her litigation, and it's really, really hurtful. It seems she's taken his side. She keeps saying my ex and she doesn't say her dad, so I'm inclined to believe that might not be her father. maybe somebody who raised her at some point, or just came into her life when the person married her mom. I don't know. I can't make out exactly what is going on here, because she says, you know what, they want to be together over there. I don't know if she means together as an against her or them together. That was confusing to me, but I think I'm gonna choose to say that they want to, like, he's using her, he's using Giselle to get to Camilla. Like, he's using her as a pawn to hurt this woman, because she says, I've been trying to get away from him, and every time it looks like, you know, I'm getting further and further away, he inches closer and closer and tries to find a way to manipulate his way back into my space. And he's using my daughter this time, and she's allowing it. And you know, Loveline is there for her, holds her hand, really supportive in this moment, and tells her that she needs to fight for her peace. She can't just keep running from him. She might just need to, like, stand and face it and fight for her peace if she's gonna wanna have it, you know. And she says in a confessional, you know what, this woman needs a village around her right now. She needs friends around her, and we're gonna be there for her. This was a really beautiful moment for them. Like, it really was a good moment for them. These two, I think, are gonna form a really great friendship. I mean, they were there buying sage and stuff. They're doing great. Then we see the girls get ready, and they go clubbing. Everybody's dressed in their thing, and then Rixie's like, Rixie's like, Tata is wearing a top, and Tata was wearing a top. What the fuck was that? Mara Tatolina, Tata, you couldn't just like go an inch or two lower. But she's out there, she's dancing, her and Camilla on the dance floor. They're having the time of their lives. This is lit. It's in Marabo, Padin. This is lit. Okay. They have a good time. Everybody's dancing. Everybody's letting their hair down. Loveline's husband sends over 3 bottles of Ace of Spades to the table. It was a ball, but that was it. That was it. They could have condensed this into a fucking TikTok. They had to make us sit there through all of this. Good Lord. Anyway, that's it, Chella. Bye.